he kind of get lost last year? I mean, how would you describe that fall?
Yeah, I felt like, with the transition and, he had some nagging injuries that I think held back his reps early. And, I feel like when you come in with a new program that on defense, that in order for me to, develop that confidence and faith, guys got to play a lot. They got to play a lot in practice. And he missed some reps and just kind of set him down.
Jim, it looked like on Saturday that Proctor was at the adjuster and Lathan was at the bend. Is that how you see them kind of long term, or is that just a one-day thing, just sort of positionally? How do they?
No, I think that's the way. That's the way we've been working it. I think it puts them to play to their strengths. It puts Josh in the middle of the field more. It allows Lathan to be the drop-down run defender more, and Josh can do it too. But we're just trying to play to their strengths. And then you have Sonny, who I think is over there with Lathan doing a great job, and I think we'll be much better there this year.
How do you see Sonny? Because you mentioned earlier in the spring, you got to find something for Sonny to do, but Lathan is kind of your only returning starter. If he's in that bandit spot, it would seem that maybe he's blocking some of the opportunities that Sonny might have. So how do you kind of work around that?
Yeah, well, we have to, we're going to get him in, but I think when you start out, you have to establish depth. You got to establish competition. We need to be better as a defense, and I think everybody needs to feel that competition. So having Sonny there right now establishes a nice competition with him and Lathan, and then ultimately, you're right. We think they both can play, and then it's my job to find a way to get them both on the field.
Jim, every situation is different, but can you just talk us through how you generally view it or handle it when you have a young guy who's talented, has skills, but is learning his way, and maybe you have more veteran players who just have been around and a little more reliable? How do you balance that? What does the younger player have to show you to be trusted? Is that difficult? Is it easy? How do you handle it?
You have to start in base defense. You have to, take that young, promising player, and he's got to win with the twos, right? You have to show that, number one, you can dominate with the twos, right? Start there. Okay, you show us you can dominate with the twos. Now we can start to mix you with the ones, and you show you hold your own with the ones. Now it's up to me to create more positions and opportunities for you. But you got to win. You got to kick ass with the twos first, And I think let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's win all those reps first.
Year one to year two, has there been any noticeable difference in how fast the players are playing now that they've had a year to adjust to the scheme, to learn it?
Yes, particularly in the back end. We're getting our hands on more balls. We're competing. This is, a great offense, and we did not do our job in those matchup games that we needed to. And in order to get better, we have to win against our offense. We have to compete. We have to fight. I mean, we can't just say, well, Marv's a great player. He's the best player, so he beat us. No, because that's who we're going to face when we get into the matchup games. So we have to win in practice. So what I'm pushing and what I'm seeing is our guys who are fighting more at, the point of emphasis where you have to make the play, and we're getting our hands on a lot more balls, and that's noticeable.
Jim, do you tell them that, the young guys, go kick ass with the twos, or do they just have to realize it?
No. I mean, we want to breed that anyway, ones, twos, or threes. But when you get a guy who's kind of on the cusp, and you have those individual talks with him, you say, okay, first let's dominate on the twos, and then we'll start sprinkling you in with the ones. So those are more individual conversations.
Does spring give you enough time to figure out what you want to do with Sonny?
No. I think we want to go all the way through fall camp with him, because in spring you're really working on the basics, making sure that he and everyone else has a mastery of the base defense, and then when you get more schemey as you go into camp, and if he or anyone else has proven themselves in the spring and the beginning of camp, now you can start to use more creativity to build a spot for them.
Gabe had a good scrimmage from what we saw. He was making some plays in the red zone. How have you seen him progress this spring? Looked like he was with the leaders over there.
Gabe's getting better. I mean, he's establishing, that respect from his teammates. He, encouraging him to compete. He's getting better with his hands and his feet. He's improving, and expectations are high for him, so I'm staying after him.